I'm just glad that I was stuck at the border mission and I was able to fucking take my tablet and watch One Piece in the Humvee when I was supposed to be watching the border. Because that was the only way I was gonna be able to watch so many episodes.
I don't like again. I don't dislike it, but it's like 1,000 episodes. It's pretty daunting. So
1,000 episodes of goodness.
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of like TikTok people like reacting to or just like them going through One Piece, and those are like my favorite just because everyone's just like, holy shit, this.
Yeah.
They literally go from like, oh, this is like, all right, it's like a fun anime, and then they get to 600 episodes in, and they're like, guys, this might be like the best thing I've ever witnessed in my whole life ever. This is my whole new personality.
It is crazy
is
how
that
like
only because
much
you
of a
watched
personality
600
everybody.
episodes of it? And not
I think that might
because
be
it's
part of it,
actually
but it
that
is good.
Dude, that
It
is
is
part of
good.
it, but like, I feel like it ages pretty well into like modern times, especially like now because it's getting really updated with animation.
It's like the people that played all the way through Starfield. Like they put so many hours into it. You're like, yeah, I mean the game's like fun, you know. But then afterwards, you're like, there's a lot of improvements they can make on that.
Alrighty. I think we have everyone. If y'all want to start.
Let's go.
Apparently, Second Esther got away. So.
Yeah. Let's talk about what happened last
pissed.
time.
Wait, does that happen at the end of the last session?
Yeah,
Yeah.
at the very, we couldn't finish him off, and
He fucking flew away.
He
I
flew
don't remember him
away, and
flying
he was
away.
holding thunder like 300 feet up in the air and said, I'm going to drop him if you guys don't let me go.
Yeah.
No one even said yes or no. He just like, all right, fuck you guys, dropped him and flew away.
Well, I thought Thunder was fine. I thought like I
No,
didn't care.
there was some internal conversation where like
Internal, absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean they could tell I wasn't worried.
Well, yeah, I remember asking like, does Thunder look like
Yeah.
he's in trouble?
But we didn't say like.
Look at what
Okay.
Thunder's got. Thunderface sweating.
Yeah. My main regret was not like as I was falling, just be like, you didn't even deserve the good berry.
A deep regret.
You're back at the temple, huh?
So,
that was our goal.
what happened? I guess leading up to all of this,
We were fighting.
We
Yeah, we
we were
fought
fighting.
Fought
a giant and Terrafolk.
We,
Mhm.
we
And there was a
absolutely
fire.
decimated the Terrafolk, in my opinion. We tore them up.
Yeah,
hit hard,
wasn't
though.
even
They
close.
hit hard.
Yeah, they do hit hard, but you're right. It wasn't even close. And so you get to the top, you fight the big bad. Talk to me about like the fight itself.
I was doing some cool stuff.
I remember I sent the turtle guy into the building to look for the artifact
Yeah.
we were looking for.
Yeah, he was useless.
The
Yeah.
turtle
Well, I just
dwarf
didn't want him to
Thunder-
like get shot off the cliff and die, and we can't.
Yeah,
do
and,
it. So-
and Thunder did the exact opposite and got his Dugar to like go fight the big bad and get
Yeah.
completely
Yeah,
crushed and killed right off the bat.
he went to go immediately fight the biggest boss there.
Hilarious, guys.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
It didn't work.
Okay.
Yeah, then they at one point they threw some shit on the fire. It turned green for like a second, then it got extinguished,
hmm
and then it was just the big bad, and then he turned into
Gas.
gas who's gonna fly away, dispelled magic. We all were standing on the edge, and then
Mhm.
that's when that fucker grabbed me with the power of his mind.
With the power of his mind alone. Yeah, pretty sad. Pretty sad. And then what did you do, Thunder, to escape his wrath? Or I guess his throw.
After confirming that all that was below me was just forest and shrubbery, I just fell and casted teleport via plants, with the goal of teleporting back to the temple we once slept at. When I think it was me and I think it was me and Fail. We walked out and we were looking for shit. I forgot who else I was with that one time.
Yeah.
Jin and Halbjorn went out looking for to map
Yeah,
out
we
my
went on the
shores.
dream sequence. I didn't go with
True.
y'all that time.
Mhm.
Yeah. Just because I felt like it wasn't too metagaming. It was an area that I was actually like.
Yeah, no, I
Picking
appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Teleport back to the Diamond Sanctuary.
Yeah,
When we
that
first-
would have been bad.
I went back to the wildlings. I'm visiting my father.
He's dead.
And so, damn. Yeah. Is there anything that anyone else wants to add, or have anything that they want to make sure is known?
Definitely need a long
Elite
rest.
Ventus.
Hallborn is in desperate need of a long rest.
I think Ventus knew that he did some magical stuff. Not quite sure, but enough to I don't think anybody else saw it.
Damn, all this and Aslos just watched, huh?
Yep.
Yeah,
You
we're
were
looking
climbing
at
up the
looking
pillar
at
still.
Aslos. We're like, dude.
He's struggling.
Sorry,
He
Hallborn
was just
was
really
just watching
hungover.
about halfway through, so.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if there's nothing else, then we can just get into it.
Oh, Ventus's sword is better.
Oh yeah, we upgraded my sword.
Yeah, it's a little cooler now. A little bit cooler. Okay.
So
Well,
are we playing? Is the new handbook out yet or no?
it is not
17th.
out yet.
1 week from today.
Damn.
1 week
One-
from today, huh?
1 week from today,
But the
we get to
Dungeon
try
Masters,
again.
the DMG,
Until we-
and the one with all the enemies in it. Those don't come out.
Monsters?
One of them doesn't come out till February.
Yeah, you're right. It's not the DMG, it's the PHB.
PHB doesn't come out till February.
Right.
Crazy.
Oh no! Sorry, the DMG doesn't come
No.
out till February. The PHB comes out now.
Do we have to wait for both to come out to do the new shit or no?
I mean, not
No,
necessarily,
I don't
but
think so. I
it's
don't
just
think
choice,
so.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah. No, we shouldn't have to.
Okay.
Okay, let's go ahead and get started. So we're gonna start with a cinematic, picking up where we were. As I set up
Cinematic,
some music.
technologic.
We'll do this. But not both. Okay, so if you remember what we were following the Archmage and General Descartes, they are still in Blackstone Tower, and the Archmage is set to dismiss Descartes to basically go and rally his troops to begin amassing for their feint attack onto Grand City to buy the group of you attention, essentially, to buy you time. And before he dismisses Descartes, he raises a letter that he received. He said that he had asked General Oromir of the Elves a request, and he is suspecting that in this letter is the response to his request. So before General Descartes leaves, he raises it and kind of shakes it a little bit and says, "I haven't opened it yet. Do you want to see what they said?" General takes a double take back at it and grabs a chair quickly. The Archmage takes his letter opener, slices open the envelope, and takes out a long piece of parchment that he begins to unravel. At the top of it begins the High General Oromir's response to him. Per your request, Archmage, we have sent 12 elven scouts deeper into the deep wilds of the Cervidae. And then we will see it from the perspective of those scouts. The scouts begin to quietly push into the deep wilds. The once lush forest that they are walking through is now like a tree graveyard. They are stepping between burnt stumps, cinders, large piles of ash, and large trees that are burnt to charcoal. They are entering into the section of the forest burnt down by the Wanti when hunting the Cervidae's stag. After 3 days of exploration into the deep wilds, they finally find what they think they're looking for. As they step out into a large clearing in the middle of these burnt woods, they can see in its center the colossal burnt skeleton of the stag itself. It's been built up into like a small ceremonial sacred site. All surrounding the giant stag skeleton are huge javelins impaled into the ground like stakes, and driven into them through their body are large snakes, long ways, as to inflict as much pain as possible. The elven scouts slowly walk forward up to the skeleton. It's kind of resting as though it were sleeping in life. And as they broach closer to the skeleton, they can see that the wildlings have carved into the bone of this fallen beast. All over its antlers, over its skull, into its ribs, covering the skeleton, are elvish runes. The elvish scouts kind of look at each other for a moment as they begin to read the runes, and it's the same phrase over and over and over again, ad nauseum, on the skeleton. And it reads, "In my blood, in my veins." The scouts pull away from the skeleton and inspect the snakes that have been impaled all in the stakes around them. And they can see that into the snake skin of these elvish scouts is a different phrase that's been burned into the scales of the snakes over and over again. That reads, "We're still here." The Cervidae take note of the sight and leave. And we'll go back to the Archmage, who was reading all of that, of course.
Of course.
Pause.
What a letter.
They, yeah, right.
Right.
It says that they searched for 7 more days deeper into the deep wilds. But there's no trace, no habitat, no settlement left of the Cervidae. And he looks up from his letter at General Descartes, who is thinking deeply, looking at his desk, but raises his eyes to match his. They're gone. And General Descartes gives him kind of a deep sigh and says, "What were you hoping to accomplish from this?" "Well, I was hoping that perhaps we could enlist them. Common enemy and whatnot. But if we can't find them, that makes it a little difficult." And there is visible disappointment on the Archmage's face as he places the letter down on his desk, thinking for a moment with his brow furrowed. And after a couple moments of kind of awkward silence, the general stands up and kind of claps the Archmage's side. "Well, since we don't have wildlings to help us, I better go fetch our troops." And he leaves the study. Next, I want to go to you, Thunder. You have just popped out of a plant. Trying to find good music. Hold on. Yes, exactly. And so you pop out of a plant.
I'm shaking the pollen off me.
And as you come to, your vision begins to kind of come back into focus. I would think that traveling via plant is similar to the sensation of traveling via waygate. It's like a lurching sensation that pulls you, almost slightly nauseating. And so it takes a moment for you to kind of recollect yourself. And you can see in front of you, maybe 50 yards or so, the massive temple built into the side of stone that the group of you rested at, not but a day or so earlier. As your vision comes deeper into focus, you realize that you are very much not alone. Beginning to surround you, kind of filling your vision, perhaps a dozen, maybe 14 Chingwas are looking curiously at you.
Hey, little buddies.
And you can see they're kind of like a cat. Whenever you begin to approach it, they aren't walking away from you, but they also aren't walking towards you. They're just kind of frozen, watching to see what you're doing.
I'm gonna open up my character sheet really quick because I'm pretty sure it's running slow on my end, but I just want to cast Goodberry at whatever lowest level I have available.
Let's see what lowest level you have available.
I have a first level. I have 2 first levels spells
Okay.
left. Yeah.
And when you produce, how many good berries do you produce? 3?
Produces 10.
Oh
Yeah.
shit. Okay, you produce 10 good berries, and I'm guessing you just kind of lay them on the ground.
Yeah, I'm just gonna, lightly roll them in different directions from me. So like forward, sideways, backways.
And as you kind of begin to roll them out like little croquet balls, you watch as they kind of step forward to grab a few. And one Chingwa kind of rings his bell at the others, and they begin to run away with the berries. And he kind of reaches outwards. You're getting a sense of authority from this Chingwa, as one of the others brings them a berry, and he grabs it. To give you kind of an idea here, the berries, it would be like one of us grabbing like a really large beach ball. They can't quite wrap their hands around the circumference of it. It's quite big for them. And this Chingwa takes the berry, and in a transformative moment, you watch as the berry changes shape completely, and the Chingwa produces for you a small silver bell.
Question.
Uh-huh.
Could I cast polymorph on myself to turn into a Chingwa?
I don't believe into a Chingwa.
Do they not have a challenge rating?
I don't think
I
they're.
don't think they do, but let me look. Let me see.
Because if they're like a race or something, then that isn't.
It just says a creature that you see within a range.
Yeah, they don't have a challenge rating. They are beyond that.
They're challengeless.
Oh.
Yes.
They laugh at the idea of challenge rating.
You attempt, and I'll give you the spell slot back, but you attempt to morph yourself into one of them, but find it magically not possible. You aren't able to grasp their magic in a way that could transform you into one. And it kind of, the same way that you rolled the berry to it rolls the small silver bell to you.
Yeah, I pick it up. Not too quickly to kind of scare them with my rushness, but I reach down, pick it up, and then I ring it.
When you ring it, everything changes. You watch as your vision is like filtered. You're in the same exact landscape that you just were in. The trees are identical. The mountains are the same. The Chingwas are still there. But when you ring this bell, your vision now, everything you see is cast in a light blue, ghostly light. You can see vapors in the air, like cloudy fog rolls, kind of pummeling in. The trees and the plants are all dripping, like an etherealness from them. And everything is loosely defined. The Chingwas kind of almost like they're underwater in a way. Their silhouettes kind of float in front of you. And the light is thicker. And when you do this, the Chingwas once again freeze. And they watch you. And you can see that some of them are looking past you. Behind you.
Yeah, sorry. I slowly turned around to see what's behind me.
And when you turn around, you can immediately see what they are looking at. Taking up almost the breadth of your vision, encompassing the entire horizon, and draping over mountains and forests, and almost everything that you can see, is a magnificently large, silvery tree. Its branches extend outwards into the sky. Can you see that picture? No.
Mm-mm.
Because I did it in Aquan. Its branches extend up into the sky, as though the tree itself is almost holding up the sky.
Oh wow.
And you feel tiny below it. It's giving off this almost radiant light. And you can see that it's with its branches and the light and the energy coursing through its bark and its branches and its roots. It almost it seems to give off like a soft pulse to it.
Yeah, I I walk up to it.
And I should say that this tree is almost impossibly far away. It is so large and so towering, you can't even see where it bases. It would be like behind a mountain range. Think Erdtree from the Elden Ring.
Yeah.
He still walks up.
That's a reference I understand.
Perfect.
Walking.
You see it, but you can never get to it.
Kind of. That's the idea you get from this tree.
I look to see what the Chingwas are doing now. If they're still just frozen or
They're just kind of watching you, seeing how you react to this.
I reach my hand out and that's not on that ring. I guess I just speak aloud. Actually, with the staff of the wildlings, speak with plants. Trying to link it. For some reason, every time I use a spell from like the staff, it won't link to the chat.
Oh, I know why. Yes.
It's like an internal spell, but
right. I can fix it for you. But yes, I do know what you mean. But yeah, don't worry about linking it. I know what you're working with. But yeah, you you cast Speak with Plants on this tree. And with that, oh no, not yet. We have to do a cool, dramatic pause, Manny. We're going to the other group. For the rest of you, you are still up on the summit of Firefinger. You have just watched Thunder get dropped, and
I asked if he was okay.
yeah, Ventus, you're aware of his okayness, and for the rest of you, you have just exited combat. King Shekinester has flown away, and
No.
all of your timed spells are beginning to fade off.
Fael, can you teleport us still? Is that a thing?
Yeah, no, I'm definitely still in tune, but it's in the bag of holding. Yeah, I can grab it. I'll go to the bag of holding while they're looking for whatever. Why is my picture giant? There it goes.
Yeah, go to the turtle guy. I forgot which one this was. Nordal.
Mm-hmm.
And I see, and I just go to see if he has any artifact or whatever.
Yeah, what he has is a large golden like rectangle of sorts. It's like a gold bar kind of, but a bit bigger. And it's what he found in the middle of the fight, but he raises it to you again and says something to the effect of, "It appears to be the most valuable thing I can find, but I didn't have very long. Would you like me to look more?"
Don't worry about it. And I kind of shove past him and start looking myself.
Yeah, I'll go help
Awesome.
investigate this too.
And
But I'll take the gold bar, and I'll just
Sure.
look at it.
Is it just like a gold bar?
You can roll an investigation check on it.
And I'll bring it to Hobgoin so we can look at it.
And I need 3 D100s from someone or a group of people.
I'll get one of them. Hey.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, I wasn't here, but I'll do one.
Nice.
Your reward, Aslos.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you. Bye. I did everything. So.
I'm exhausted.
I'm at like full health at this point. Jeez.
One more
Okay.
D100.
One more.
Someone can get it.
Wait, sorry, do I need to roll something?
Yeah, roll us a D100.
I did it, but we can take Andrew's.
Oh, okay. No, that's fine.
One.
One.
Gotta
No
take
way.
the one.
Let's go.
That's funny. Okay, so let's get some loot for y'all. So we have an 86. Okay,
One staff
I like
of
this.
unlimited wish.
I actually
yeah.
really like this one. Okay,
I wish all the Yuan-Ti were dead.
that'd be-
End of campaign.
and we're done. I told y'all we'd do it before Christmas.
Let's go.
Yeah. Wow, David, you're really on pace here, dude.
Yep. This is DMing. Okay,
No, this is
33.
DM.
This is where the fun begins. 4 years
Okay.
in. This is where the fun begins.
I've been waiting a long time for this.
We all wake up from a dream and we're all level 1 characters.
We died.
And the 22.
A portable hole! Drew! We did it!
Huge.
We
Oh, is
did
that a
it!
thing?
That's what he's been trying to collect
Wait.
those little wisps for.
Wait a minute.
Oh,
Wait,
really?
Aslos actually win without winning, dude.
Let's go.
Hold on, now Aslos like walking up the stairs. Now hold on a minute. Hold on. I know I didn't do much, but
I hand it to him because I rolled it. So I'm like, I found it.
Wait, did 59 not get anything?
yeah. Wait, what was one? I
Just
just
last.
want to know what
3
one
people rolled
was.
when we asked for ones.
Oh, okay.
And I will update y'all's bag with those items. One moment.
Wait, guys, can I seriously have the portable wall? I don't
Isn't
want to
that the one item you've been wanting for like
Are you, broski?
That's
since
pretty much it.
the Lost City?
Really?
No, why would I want it that badly? I don't want it that much.
I had no idea. Wow.
It's
That's
just the
funny.
whole Aslos. I don't
Remember,
know what
he's
you
been
want.
collecting the
David-
wisps.
David,
I
that
do
thing
remember
might
that,
be
but
my favorite item in the entire game.
wow.
He was collecting the
Of all
wisps
of
because you
D&D.
used those to make a portable hole.
Gotcha. Wow. Well, I'm so glad.
And we just happened to roll one.
Yeah. Now you
You're
just
gonna have
rolled
2
it.
holes now.
I'm putting my boat in the portable hole. You guys can visit me there.
Dude, it's gonna be like it's gonna be like Looney Tunes with that shit. We're like jumping in one hole and jump out another, and then someone else tries to jump in it and they can't.
That's funny.
Wow, this is the greatest day of D&D I've ever had, and I was out of the week. This is just amazing.
You were rewarded. It's worth the wait.
So funny.
This is the least deserved I've ever felt in anything in my whole life.
You earned it.
It's not like you carried us through the whole campaign this whole time.
And Jen, you also are investigating the gold bar, and whenever you kind of begin to fiddle with it just slightly, you can see that this gold bar is actually a case. And as you investigate it further, you can roll me a sleight of hand check to see if you're able to essentially fiddle it open.
Easy. Wait, do I get an advantage on sleight of hand checks?
You know why it's unidentified, David?
I do not. I'll identify it. There's been a bug with character sheets recently.
Well, Basil's character arc is complete, guys. This is it. He's jumping off the tower.
And landing in the hole.
And landing in the hole, so I'm perfectly fine.
Yeah, Jen, you begin to mess with it a little bit, and as you mess with it more, you are able to kind of pry your fingers in, and you identify a mechanism inside of it. And when you identify the mechanism, you trigger it, maybe pulling out Umbra to use its blade tip to kind of to fire it. And when you do so, you can hear a multitude of clicking, like gears changing. And as it does so, it begins to unfold for you. And inside is a golden idol of some sort. It looks like a giant stork, and it's about 2 feet long. And you can tell that this bar is actually a case.
I thought you were gonna have a level 8 fireball hit us.
Hey, this is what we were looking for, right?
Yeah,
It is a stork thing.
that's a stork thing. I think that's what the storks. There's nothing else in here worth a shit, is there?
Yeah, I'll pocket that trinket.
No, besides the items that you loot, everything else in here is more terrafolk things. Not very interesting to you.
Alright, well, then, Fido, can you teleport us to the stork village, or is the temple going to be an easier teleport?
I think we should go. I think Thunder's city is at the temple. So if we want to meet up with Thunder, we should go to the temple.
Right, but aren't we going to the temple after we give him the stork thing? Isn't that like the whole... So we're just gonna...
After the wait,
I forgot what the plan was. I thought we were gonna.
No, I think we're getting the idol and going straight to the temple.
I thought
Do
we
we
were
need
going
to
to
put
the
the
temple
idol
first.
in the temple or give it to the people?
No, we're just gonna go straight to the title. Temple.
Alright, well then let's just go to the temple then. I didn't remember if we had to like give them the idol, but now I'm remembering there's a pedestal for the idol.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call him to the stone and give Thunder. Thunder, we're about to come in to the temple, or we're teleporting there. Is it clear? Are you
And
good?
with that, Thunder, I would like to go back to you.
Allowed.
And it sounds like womp 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 womp.
Here.
In the ethereal plane.
And let's change the music so that's spooky. Hold, please.
File, you posted that in Elvish, I think.
Oh, I figured out how to use the ability now. Yeah, I was done.
It's okay.
Boomers.
You are about to summon magic, Thunder, to attempt to speak with this primordial tree. And as you are pulling forth the magic from within you to do so, you are interrupted by the voice of Ventus.
Thunder, we're about to teleport to the temple. Are you good? Is it clear over there?
While hyper fixated on the tree, I'm patting my body down for the rock, kind of like if I'm looking for my lost keys.
And you find it.
Okay.
Of
And
course.
then I just say, yeah, it's good.
And I give the thumbs up to the group over here.
All right, let's go.
Okay, Thunder. And then I hang up.
Wait, these stones can talk across planes? Holy shit. We really need to monetize these things.
And then I feel like I go to put my rock back, but I don't really confirm that I'm putting it in the right pocket at the time.
Okay,
But I'm
yeah.
still just like fixated on this giant, beautiful tree.
The world tree.
The Erd tree.
No, this is Yggdrasil.
And you reach out to it using speak with magic or speak with plants. And when you do so, I need a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. I'm loading up my character sheet. For some reason, it takes 30 seconds for it to open. Unless you would want to roll for me. It was open, and then for some reason, when it's transferred over to the other guys, it went away. Okay, it's open. Okay.
Okay.
Constitution, saving throw, rolling now.
As you attempt to speak to it, you are absolutely overloaded in your mind. You feel like you hear thousands of voices, screams, whispers, laughs, sobs, and they all enter your mind at once as you try to hone in on this tree, but you are unable to do so. It is too overwhelming. Far too overwhelming. And upon doing so, you take 14 psychic damage, and you sever the connection out of just a sheer survival instinct.
I look at the Qinghua leader, and I'm like, dude.
And it looks up at you and just kind of rings the bell in its head.
So I interpret that as ringing the bell again, so I ring the bell again.
And when you ring the bell again, instantaneously, like before, you are brought back. And when you do so, the Qingguas kind of begin to gather once again. And disrupting this peaceful moment, this silence that you share with the Qingguas as they watch you and you watch them, you almost feel as though they are attempting in a way to speak with you in a way that they can, like an emotional communication with you. But that moment is broken by the snap of a teleportation spell, and the Qingguas scatter and run into the woods, the little bells tingling as they run back in. And you... Yes?
I was gonna say that technically, we've never done it, but we're supposed to roll a D100 when we teleport.
Oh. Please give me a D100.
Oh.
Damn it, Waco.
I would love that.
I've never seen David's spouse so big.
And I'm assuming I know this casually. There's a familiarity table, and I very familiar, seen casually, viewed once would be the three.
We spent a whole
I think we're in. What do you think?
We spent a whole
That's
night
it.
in the temple. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you definitely spent a whole night there. I'm trying to pull up the actual helmet itself. Is it
Kinda
in your?
scared
Yeah,
about
but
27.
he's trying to
Yeah,
teleport
if
to a
you get the
specific room you haven't
teleport
seen yet.
button in the thing.
There we go. I mean, I would say
Very
seen,
familiar.
seen casually.
Seen casually. Okay.
Yeah.
What did we roll? 27? Oh,
Yep,
shit.
You're gonna get teleported to some random ass place.
That means, yeah, that's a mishap.
It's a
Uh-oh.
mishap.
Love it.
So don't get interrupted.
Sign me up, bro.
So each teleporting creature takes 3d6. 9
And we're
force
Malnova.
damage.
Oh, the poor Draugr or whatever.
Oh god, he's dead. He's gone.
No.
No.
No!
Yeah, no.
Bring him back up though, right?
Yeah, well, Thunder's
Yeah.
supposed to be able to revive.
Body's here, right? With us?
Well, Jar, you can revive because that's who revived him the first time.
Yeah, I got
Yeah,
Revivify.
stabilizer.
Oh shoot!
Oh god, that's an ending blow for me, guys. I'm at 250 left.
So what happens? Each teleport and the DM re-rolls on the table to see where you wind up.
What?
David, don't break your campaign again, okay?
Yeah,
do
this
it.
Yeah,
we don't have this much time.
You don't have
I
to
choose
do it.
Grand City. Woo!
Yeah, we can't do that. I'm cool with y'all just taking damage. That's fine.
Yeah!
Yeah, we
Good job, Fire.
if this wasn't the last arc of a 4-year campaign, we'd roll those
So
dice.
funny.
But
And you end up in the heart of Uptao. You're in the middle of a city.
yeah, we
50 feet in the air.
we gotta get some shit done. So I'm overwriting this one.
And
But you all
they're
do take
gone.
damage. I like to imagine that instead of the helm kind of gracefully bringing you to the ground, it accidentally teleports you 10 feet up in the air. So you like drop
slow
down,
down.
and it's a little painful as y'all are kind of thrown to the ground. And because of all of this catastrophe, Thunder, the Chinguas scatter. And you watch as the bells little ring and they run back into the cover of the woods.
Guys.
Hey,
And
quick
you see your
question.
friends.
If the Draugr guy that's ex-Turtle dies again, and you reincarnate him, do you think he'd want to be a Draugr again? Do you think he wants to remain a Draugr or roll the dice on something else?
I think it. I asked the Nordle. I translate for Nordle.
We're just casually talking about bringing his brother back to life again.
We don't even acknowledge that he just died by accident.
He's literally on the ground,
Yeah,
motionless.
Third time's a charm.
He looks out at his brother and begins to cry out once again, and looks over to the group of you and says, "Please, you must be able to bring him back."
Right, but do you want us to roll the dice and maybe he comes back as something different? Or do you think he's cool with this guy, this version?
And he looks back and he's like, could you bring him back as a turtle again?
We
If
can
there's
try.
a chance, there's like a small chance it's possible.
He might also turn into a Yanti.
He might also turn into a bugbear or some shit. I don't know.
He would be alive though.
Your choice, man. You can bring him back as this thing, this guy.
I think we have to try to bring him back as a turtle. It's what he's meant to be.
Alright, Thunder, because to me Thunder's just here. It doesn't seem anything weird about it, right?
Yeah, we don't see
Like,
the tree.
I didn't know that he went to the ethereal plane, so
No, definitely not.
yeah. Alright, Thunder, can you try to reincarnate again? Do you have that already?
I mean, if I do it, it'll literally take my last high-level spell.
Well, I know our very next thing I'm going to do is close the door and go sleep.
Yeah, we're gonna rest soon.
Because I have nothing, so...
Okay, I'll do this, but then I'm gonna tell y'all this crazy thing that just happened.
I know, you teleport through trees. You've done that before. Like, it's not even that crazy.
Hobjorn, you never seen that!
Oh, wait. I don't know that. Yokizos knows you teleport through trees, okay?
Can we change one of these to be the turtle?
Yeah, I'm gonna use a
Um,
different table than this.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Still roll the D100 though.
Yeah, go ahead and still roll it.
Verdict says.
Ooh, lucky
God
13.
Damn, that is a
Lucky.
low ass number. Another
Lucky
dwarf.
13. Let's
If we
see
use that
here.
table.
He comes back as a dwarf.
Maybe
anyways.
turtle is low on the list David's using.
No,
Okay.
that list is dwarf, but this is a bigger list.
I actually unironically need another roll.
Good.
So I need a
That's
D20.
not a good thing.
Yeah,
A D9?
That's not a good thing.
A D
20.
D20.
Where'd you hear
A
9?
D20. I was like D9.
Oh! Oh, you wasted
Stuck
your
on
crit.
this.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
No.
Where's the cheering?
Okay. This is gonna be strange.
I think on the nat 20 we get to choose. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, sure. Choose a color.
Choose
Oh,
what?
okay.
Choose a color.
Color. Teal.
Different color.
What?
More basic.
Out of all
What
the
the
colors,
fuck?
you choose
Blue.
teal. What the?
Okay, blue.
Well, because I was thinking.
Well, I guess
portal,
Thunder,
or
you get to pick a color.
blue.
You
What?
you watch as the magic begins to take hold of the dead now Duergar's body, and the magic begins to ripple within him, reforming his now dead body. And as it takes so, Thunder, I want for you to roll me an Arcana check as you do this.
Oh, obviously I'm good at this.
And
Uh,
you watch the body once again as you have normally done. That's pretty good. And as you have done many times before, you reincarnate this Duergar, and you watch as the flesh begins to remold itself into a new shape. And like the last time, I think you even kind of called this out, that you saw kind of the light within it, the soul, be removed so that the flesh around it can be repaired. And when this happens, Thunder, you see something that you have never seen before. Almost like reaching out of nothingness, like a cloud. You watch light begin to slightly coalesce from a point in front of you, reaching down like a spider web, slowly creeping towards this light of the soul as the reincarnation magic happens. And as you watch the light begin to slowly coalesce and take form, it becomes clearer and clearer as to what is reaching out like a plant trying to reach the sun. You're watching an ethereal, ghostly branch begin to extend outwards. And the very moment the tip of this tree branch touches the light of the soul, all of it vanishes, and in front of you on the ground is a blue dragonborn.
Okay, he got an upgrade.
Does he still have the turtle shell?
And he kind of looks at his hands and he takes a huge gasp of breath in and looks around to the group of you and looks at Nordal. And Nordal looks at you and says, "Well, thank you for giving him scales this time."
Yeah, that's a little. It's a little closer, right?
I show
He kind of looks at
Froyo.
him,
I show Froyo
Closer.
the dragonborn guy.
and kind of like those
Alright.
memes of the cats where their eyes get really big, like in a moment, like a zoom. She looks at him uncaringly, and then her eyes get super big, and she's just kind of transfixed. And you can hear her speak to you in her mind. He's like me, kind of.
He used to be a turtle.
Imagine
Why?
getting reborn into a
He
tall,
he died a couple
athletic,
times.
like, nimble body. That'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah. And you can see Zordal beginning to kind of get used to his new body as he stands up a tall 7 feet.
Okay,
Well-
I was gonna say
Zordal, try
not to
this. And
fight
I shoot a
anymore, but
dragon breath.
maybe you can.
And he kind of gazes over at the group of you. Thank you. Thank you once again. You continue to save me.
That's my response.
That kitty's hurt.
Zordal, try to shoot a dragon breath. And I just like shoot one in the air to like
In a brilliant display of light, yes, you flame out a breath of dragon
it's a cold,
fire.
it's a cold breath because he looks like he would shoot a cold breath.
And you watch him awkwardly struggle to summon something. And after about a minute or so of him like kind of hacking and wheezing, he finally is able to produce a small bit of breath. And you watch as it takes a shape of lightning. It crackles outwards.
Ooh.
Blue
I just give him a
dragons
pat-
are lightning dragons.
I just give him a pat on the back, and I start heading into the temple.
You protect your brother.
David, hear me out. This dragonborn, but he's holding a turtle shell instead.
Oh,
Yeah,
Instead of shooting.
Just keeps picking up the turtle shell.
yeah, he has to keep his turtle shell.
Turtle shell.
And
Turtle
the
shell.
two of them kind of exchange handshakes with all of you. And Zordal gives you a big hug, Thunder, and pulls away and says, "Thank you. Thank you for helping my brother and I. We will retreat back home, but maybe the stars will cross our paths once again."
hope so.
Absolutely.
Just give him a head nod. Be
Zordal gives a little bow.
Got
Thank
any
you.
extra boots, You know.
Yeah, now the dragonborn's like, thank you.
Yeah. And you
saved
watch
my
as
life.
you watch as the two walk out into the jungle together. One a turtle and another a dragonborn.
Hell yeah.
Venomous.
I look
Everyone
over at
immediately
Ventus
flies
and I'm like,
into the
who
temple
was
and
that
closes
guy?
the door.
we just found him in the cave while you were away.
Oh,
And and the group of you head inside. Okay. The group of you head inside. I'm gonna move y'all once again. Just a moment, please.
Is it Temple?
And the group of you re-enter the temple. The temple, like you remember it, is dark. It hasn't been lit for many centuries now. A lot of centuries. You can see the braziers where it maybe once used to be lit. And you can also see the beautiful architecture and statues that appear here. It once was an exquisite temple built with adoration and respect that has fallen into disarray. In front of you is the large altar that has the pedestal resting on it. And then, of course, the 4 doorways that extend outward from it. The motif of this temple, you could kind of tell when the Ibris made it, was maybe aquatic. The statues sport frogs, fish, clams, different kinds of aquatic life, which of course makes sense as the group of you enter.
Yeah, Jen, what are you doing? Don't
I'm not.
start anything.
I'm asking if we're gonna rest before I place the altar.
Hobjorn's already laying out his bedroll and like covering up his blanket.
Yeah, I would like a good rest. I think it's been a long day. That was rough.
Yep.
I hear everyone say that, and then I say, guys, and then I ring the bell.
When you ring the bell, not just you, but everyone
Oh god.
Oh, Lord.
is brought
Oh,
across to the
I
other
like to-
side.
I like to think that I'd still have my blanket on me and I'm still in the bedroll. And I'm
Yeah.
Like, what
No,
the
yeah,
fuck?
100%. 100%. 100%.
On the ground.
Yeah. And
Mid
and
unroll.
the world takes on that same bluish tone. Like I said before, physicality is different here. Everyone kind of appears as though they're underwater in a way. Edges aren't very well defined, and everything seems almost wispy, made of a smoke or a cloud of some sort. But with all of that the same, the room is identical. It's as though like a filter is placed in front of you.
Thunder, what is happening?
Why? What
What
is
did you
this?
do?
Right?
What do you
That's not
mean,
it.
right?
I do not have the energy
I
for
said
this
that-
right now. What the hell's going on?
What if we sleep in this realm?
Fuck that.
Is
What?
it safe? Where are we?
I don't know.
Aslo says goodbye to a turtle who turned into a dragon he's never met, and now he's here.
And you got a portable hole.
And I'm the happiest I've ever been.
Okay, can we like just can we explore this later? This looks like some crazy, like insane shit.
I sense the vibe that Hobjorn is putting off right now, and I shake the bell.
Like I'm all about discussing this and figuring it out, but holy shit, that's kind of a big thing to spring upon people that just got back from fighting the Cloud King god.
Yeah, imagine how I went through it.
I don't even know. What do you mean?
How did you even find the bell?
Where'd you get that bell?
Yeah.
The little guys, my little buddies.
What?
Little bell guys?
Oh, the little Chingwa
Yes.
guys, little
Yeah.
black and white dudes.
The Chingwas. I don't know if we actually know the name or we're like
That's
in
right.
game.
Probably not.
But yeah, there was a leader and he gave me a bell and then I rung it and then there was this huge tree and I'm guessing it's outside. But yeah, we go to bed. I just wanted to show you.
I make sure to sleep away from Thunder tonight.
Yeah. And why I kind of make sure I have the whole group's attention. I want to take this new portable hole that I have, throw it out like a tarp. It goes in a 6 foot, it's a 6 foot diameter circle. And then I want to throw my bag of holding to somebody outside of it. I want to dive into the hole, and then I want to collapse it to only a fist size out of the ground. And I don't want to say anything while I do all of this.
I'll hold it back.
Would you mind linking your hole? Because I don't really know what the hole does.
I rolled a history check.
A little.
I peer into
I'm
the
a
hole,
professor
trying to
in
see what he's doing.
college, Right? At the Raven clan, who just are all about knowledge and shit. When Thunder mentions the tree, given where we were just at, would I have any idea what he meant by that? Like, would that spark a memory or something?
Fair enough. Roll a religion check for me.
Oh, keeps doing it.
Religion?
Religion.
I'm only
can't fix it.
semi-good at those.
Semi. Plus 6.
Plus
For
11
this,
Arcana.
Hobjorn, I'd actually like to take you to another channel
Whoa.
and tell you what you learned, because this is like your knowledge. You can choose to share it or not, but I only want you to gain info from this check.
I mean, Hobjorn's a pretty stand-up dude. He would definitely tell us, you know what I'm saying?
So when he mentions this tree, it does register something for you. You aren't very knowledgeable on it. It's not going to be like something that you know a lot about, but it is something that you have, has not been the subject of something you've read about, but maybe has kind of been mentioned right? And I think you even said it before. You believe that this tree that Thunder is referencing might be something you've read about called the World Tree. But what is stumping you is why it would exist where Thunder is saying it is. That's why it's a religion check. You don't know where the World Tree would be, but I think to a scholar like you would assume maybe something like the Celestial Plane.
So, okay,
maybe.
Here's another question though. I have this spell where I go ethereal into the ethereal plane.
Mm-hmm.
So would I also recognize that we were just in the ethereal plane? Because I've used it before.
For sure. Then yes, you would know that sensation. You would be familiar with that, like kind of vision, that experience. I think the difference would be, and actually, I want you to roll an insight check to see if you can make this connection.
They're gonna be like, "Why is he rolling?" Oh yeah.
And as you're thinking through all of this, because I like to think that Halbjorn, you are kind of leading yourself to these own conclusions, right? I have been in the material plane. I know that we were just in the ethereal plane. I have read about the World Tree, Blightly. But the two that you can't reconcile in this brief moment is that you have been to the ethereal plane, but you have never seen this tree that Thunder is describing.
Right.
But the connection that you make with this insight check is that you realize you have never been to the ethereal plane while also in Raptua.
Oh. Technically I was, but we'll ignore that.
We'll ignore that, thank you. Thank you.
Alright.
You forgot to look up.
Yeah, right. I was just so focused on going through the door.
Exactly. You didn't think about it. Well, yeah, perfect. You went inside. You went in a building. So,
Okay.
You've never been outside in the ethereal plane in Raptua.
Okay. Interesting.
And so,
I mean,
that's...
what implications would I feel like that would have? It's just...
I don't know if they necessarily... I don't know if you would be able to come to a conclusion based off of that. It would more so be trying to rationalize what you just heard.
Okay.
Right? Now, as for what it means, I don't think you would have enough information to be able to conclude that yet.
Okay.
As the scholar you are, it requires more information gathering.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay, we can go back up.
Shit the whole time.
Yeah, dude. The craziest thing about it's like a spirit bomb if you put a bag of hole in it, dude. It's like a 10-foot gate that's summoned and everything else is sucked through it. That's the only problem with it. I mean, David, I'd never do that.
Yeah, of course not.
Uh-huh.
Definitely weren't thinking about using that mechanic right here.
I'm
Right
not
now.
destroying my favorite thing ever.
And Thunder, so I think you just yelled about the tree. Or I guess Azlos actually just threw the hole and jumped inside.
Yes.
Is this was in the Forgotten City?
Correct.
It had all of his gold in it.
I remember this thing now. Yes.
Yes, that is
yes.
That is indeed it.
You jump inside, and the group of you watch him dive into the ground.
And now it is at a fist level size. I have gotten my hands out of it and pulled it into a fist level size, and I am inside the hole.
Straight up Looney Tunes.
Perfect.
I put a flag next to it just to indicate that that's where the hole is.
I'm gonna walk into that.
Right. Yeah, and Azlos goes down. The rest of you are also, I guess, getting ready for bed. Are any special preparations made?
I'll definitely some notes in his book. For sure.
Okay, he's writing.
And I'm bugging Halbjorn to make me some more poison.
Oh shit! Yeah, you're right. So I pull out some of the dried mushroom, whatever crap. What did I have? Wait, hold on. Let's see, Vampire Fang. Potion of Vampirism. Try to see what all I got. Oil of Etherealness. That could be pretty good. Yeah, I guess I just whatever mushrooms. I don't know what we made with that last time.
Yeah, I think you just went out and foraged.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't have that stuff handy.
Like I
Is
say,
there
excite.
anything in the temple that looks like it could be used to turn into a poison?
Not in this chamber, no.
I
This
just
chamber is
start
kind of bare bones.
I just start setting it all up, and
Okay.
I'll go ahead and do. I feel like that one's a useful oil.
I said it out loud excitingly. We're going outside?
Like my dog.
No, I'm going to sleep, and then
Oh.
we're gonna figure out what this temple is with that
Yeah.
pedestal or whatever.
Is
And
there anything like that looks like it may be of value? You mentioned like artwork or statues.
there are these little statues here,
What do you say?
kind of
little,
all
how
around.
little?
Maybe like the size of like a watermelon,
Watermelon.
and they're made of stone.
But are they like super detailed?
Oh yeah,
Kinda
they're
clean?
pretty. They're pretty. I mean, they're pretty, but old, very old, and like kind of faded. You can tell.
Yeah, I don't really feel interested in stealing this.
Yeah, I think that I agree with that sentiment. You would go back and forth maybe a little on it, but decide, not worth it. And
that's what I did before I go to bed.
okay. Anyone else do anything interesting before they go to bed? Thunder, how are you feeling going to bed after what just occurred?
I'm actually like as I'm laying down, I'm like playing with the bell between my fingers or my paws.
Mhm.
And I'm really curious because I guess I'll have to roll a check and you can tell me which one. Cause like I did try to speak, but then I did take damage.
Right.
But I want to know if it was a damage inflicted on me because it's an evil tree or because like I'm trying to know if it was bad tree or not.
Roll
Tree
me
good, tree bad.
a wisdom
Question.
a wisdom ability check. You reflect on this.
You said wisdom?
Yes.
You said saving throw or ability?
Ability check.
Gotcha.
As everyone is kind of camping in for the night and getting ready to sleep, you can't stop thinking about the tree and all the voices you heard. And I think that you would come to the realization that you don't think the tree, or at least you don't have a reason to believe the tree is evil. More so, it felt like your brain couldn't hold everything that connected with you, right? You were overwhelmed, overloaded whenever you tried to kind of mind merge communicate with this tree.
Gotcha. I want to tie the bell into like the mane of my hair.
Okay.
I don't have like jewelry on, but almost
Mm-hmm.
basically like almost in where like a earring would be, basically.
Yeah, kind of like a weave in.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, great. Yeah.
And then I go to bed.
Okay. You go to bed?
Sorry,
I
one
will
last thing.
Uh-huh.
Go ahead,
One
Fayo.
more thing.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I cast I already clicked long rest, but I did have one other first level spell. But I want to cast good berries one last time for the night,
Mm.
and then
Okay.
just place some good berries along the room that we're in.
Okay, sure. Then you kind of scatter them out, and you watch them as you fall asleep. Fayo.
I'm gonna be because of my new character. I never had the scale. I have the what is it called? The cast off armor plate.
Hmm.
And I was. I don't know if I ever talked to you about that either, but I figured level 17. If not, let me know about that. But she is
Yeah,
definitely.
that's fine.
Yeah, she's definitely digging into the bag though, trading out the breastplate for that. She'll keep the teleportation out, and she'll grab the Baron's what's it called? The Baron's shield.
Okay, sure. Is it plate? Cast off
Just
plate?
plate. It doesn't have to be cast off if you don't want. Yeah, I just wanted some plate, some heavy armor.
Sure, that makes sense.
In my mind, she was toting it around in the bag of holding, wearing the breastplate until this battle made her
Okay,
realize.
I gotcha. Yeah, doing some equipment swapping. Okay, very cool.
I'll organize the bag of holding a little bit while I'm in there, kind of sort things and
yeah, sure.
take my time. But yeah, that's all.
Okay, cool. And the group of you go to bed. A few things happen when y'all go to bed. This is gonna be kind of different now because you're in a hole, Aslos. But something does happen to you when you are sleeping. You wake up, Aslos, in the middle of the night. And it's the kind of waking that happens when you feel as though something isn't right, if that makes sense. You wake up not panicked, but almost like alert in a way. And when you open your eyes, Aslos, you're looking upward. And you are in your hole, your den. You are surrounded by void, by nothingness. A black deeper than black. But up above you, is a small opening. We'll call it maybe the size of a fist.
That's what I was going for, yeah.
That is allowing this soft light produced by flame. It's just enough light to where you can see almost immediately what woke you. Because at the top of this hole, peering inside, down at you, you can see like a spectral blue color, almost slightly transparent, and kind of poking its head in to look at you and to watch you unblinkingly is the razor sharp eyes of an eagle. And when the two of you make eye contact, it kind of cocks its head to look at you, and it just ever so softly clicks its beak.
I'm just staring directly at it because, I imagine that I was sleeping in laid out posts, I'd scattered some dead body parts all over the place. I was kind of
making it your own.
And I kind of look at it and I say, "Hello."
And in an inexplicable way that kind of defies physics, the bird is now next to you.
So he jumped in, he unfolded a little bit and jumped in?
No, it's more like you blinked, and it is now just next to you.
I kind of don't really know how to react, so I reach over and grab a human arm and kind of handed it to him and say, "Hungry?"
And when you look at it again, when you kind of shift your gaze over to one of your body parts and then you shift it back, you can see that the eagle is still there. It's a beautiful bird, large, you would think that if opened, this thing would have a wingspan of 7 or so feet. And now, whenever you look at it, I think you would be slightly taken aback. Because when you look at it now, it's still an eagle. But its face, its body, its wings, its feathers, they are covered in your war paint. And not like it got splashed by war paint. They are wearing your tribal war markings. Very intricately detailed. The war paint of a Goliath.
And I imagine at this point the tone like kind of changes quite a bit, and I'm like kind of half reaching back to my hammers and being like, "What are you?"
And yeah, you slowly begin to reach backwards. And
this time I'm not breaking its gaze like at all. Like I am like
Sure.
not looking away.
And as you continue to meet its gaze, it opens its wings. And you can see that on the insides of its wings, it has the same intricately detailed, beautifully painted tribal war paint. And it begins to pull itself off into the air. And once again, inexplicably, it begins just to fly off into the void until it disappears. And you're once again alone.
It like flew out through a wall of the hole.
It like flew out into the black.
Yeah, I'm like super tripped out at this point, but I'm like, this place is awesome. And I kind of like I poke my head out, like, and I kind of look at the room, and I imagine, is it like the middle of the night?
Yeah.
And then I kind of make the hole a little bit bigger, and then I kind of just
For more
I kind of
guests.
just go back in.
Yeah. You kind of resettle and try to fall back asleep.
But I am quite creeped out that it had my war paint that literally, you know, I haven't met a Goliath yet other than me, and only I would know how to do that. So
Yeah, it's unsettling for sure. But you feel just the slightest bit of comfort by your hole as you begin to slowly drift back to sleep. At the same time, Jin, you also have a slightly unsettling dream, ? You shift in your sleep, kind of waking yourself slightly. And when you do, you have that moment that we've all had where your eyes are still closed, but you can feel yourself kind of wake. And when that happens, you noticeably feel a strong, crisp cut of wind across your face.
From which direction?
Not up and down, but like left to right. And you can feel your hair kind of being blown in this gust. And you realize it's not stopping. You are now in a gust.
Like coming into the temple or out of the temple?
You aren't sure. You aren't fully awake yet, so it's like you're still trying to kind of understand what you're even feeling.
I guess I'll just try to like hold on to the statue that's close by and see if I can look around, if I can see anybody.
You kind of reach out with your eyes still closed, and when you open them, you realize, well, you don't realize, you see, you are not in the temple at all. You are very high up. And it takes you a moment, but you realize that you are on the top of Firefinger. Above you is a beautiful Raptuan starry sky. No clouds that can be seen whatsoever. The fire of Firefinger is not lit, and you can feel the clovers and the other plant life that is atop this pyre against your face as you slowly rise. And you can see as you gather in your surroundings a very large man, maybe 8-9 feet tall, who is sitting with his back to you, his feet dangling off of the edge of Firefinger. And as you take in this picture, this moment, you hear his voice boom to you. Finally, come take a seat.
Is it still windy, or did it?
Yes, yeah. And it reminds you perfectly of Firefinger not but 8-7 hours ago when you were at top of it.
Who are you?
Doesn't matter.
I'm trying to shout over the wind. And
You're here, aren't you?
I'll stagger my way over to him.
And you get a better picture of the man. He has white long hair that goes down to his shoulders. Large hair. It's wavy and wiry. He sports an impressive beard and leathery tanned skin. He has a kind face, but an air about him that commands, well, a room if you were in one, but right now the top of Firefinger. He is wearing simple white robes, tied off by rope. And you can see that next to him, kind of laying on the top of Firefinger, is a large torch, unlit.
Do I recognize them at all?
No, you don't. It's, and I think maybe even almost slightly disappointingly, it's just a man. There doesn't really seem to be anything magical about him. Nothing impressive. He doesn't even have a weapon. He's just really big.
Yeah, I'll sit down next to him, I guess.
And together the two of you look over the massive mountains, the scrambling forests and jungles, the rivers that wind. It's beautiful. If you weren't so taken off guard and unsure of why you're here, it would be kind of awe-inspiring. And without really looking over at you, he says, I thought I'd help you out a little bit.
How so?
You're gonna meet a champion of mine. He has something you're gonna want. Just take it from him. He doesn't need it anymore.
A champion of yours? What? Are you one of the god spirits?
And you can see his face not look down at you, but his eyes do. Yeah, sure, let's call me that.
Can you be a little more helpful specifically?
And he finally turns his face to you completely. Once again, kind eyes, but intimidating. I didn't realize I'd have to spell it out for you. What do you do best?
Well, I got you wanted me to kill him, but I don't understand.
No! What do you do best, Jin?
I steal things?
You steal things. No one needs to die. They're going to have something. I encourage you. Let's not use the word steal. And he kind of smiles. I encourage you to make it yours.
Okay, but it'll help if I know what I'm stealing.
You'll know it. You'll know it.
Okay.
And he kind of leans back on his palms, looking upwards. It's almost frustrating, the way that this humanoid is treating you.
And then after I steal it, then what?
You can tell that whoever this is was actually kind of taken off guard by your question. He pauses and then continues to look out at the sky. Then you continue. You're here for a purpose, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'll fill you in on something, Jen. You and your little group, it's a wildly uphill battle. What you're doing. There's some others that don't think you're able to do it. I think you can. I think you need some help, but I think you can. And he gives you a wink. I'm here to help.
Well, we'll definitely take the help, but I guess I just don't like being used like a pawn, you know? I like to know what I'm doing before I go into it.
That's what I like about you. All these other ones, they're just followers. You bark orders and they just listen. I like someone that can speak back to me. Make it yours, and I'm sure we'll talk again. Or don't. It's up to you.
Will you tell me your name?
He turns again to face you. No.
Alright.
And he gives you for the first time in this conversation, a warm smile. All right. And he turns back to look at the starry sky, and after a few moments, you blink, and you're back in the temple.
What a dick.
Yeah, Yokiza's wasn't a follower, but he's not here, so. Well, he probably is, yeah.
I'll keep that to myself for now, but I'll share it with the group later.
Okay. And I appreciate everyone's patience. We have one more. Yaryu, you also wake up in the middle of the night. Your wake up is perhaps, and I know it's going to be hard to believe this, the most unsettling. When you wake up, I'm getting everything ready here. When you wake up, you find yourself back where you were when Thunder rang his bell. However, you can...
On the roof?
Not on the roof, but in the strange, cloudy plane, where the materials don't seem completely solid. And everything has a soft blue hue to it. You slowly open your eyes, and you can see the rest of your group sleeping. You're alone. And a few moments after you wake up, you hear the same soft humming of a woman that you heard before when passing by Thunder.
Yeah, and I think I've heard this before. And I look around at who I heard it. I look at Thunder because I think he's still praying at me.
Sure. And as you stare at Thunder, you see kind of movement out of your peripheral. And you can see standing there, cloudy, transparent, and ethereal, flowing as though her robes were being buffeted by the wind. Hail.
You can't be real. You're dead.
And when she sees you, a wild smile spreads across her face. Jaryu, you found me. And her voice echoes as though the two of you were in a deep cathedral as she slowly makes a step towards you.
I take a step back.
I could feel you as soon as you entered this place. You came for me.
No. I did.
To finish the job.
And her steps, you can see, are almost cloud-like. Like she has no weight to her. As though she was like walking on the moon. And she's continuing to smile at you. You can see tears in her eyes. Jaryu, you can take me from this place. You can be the weapon of the faithful again.
This is a trap. I just don't know. And I'm pretty sure I'm dreaming. I'm still half certain that Thunder is pulling a prank. And I yell out for Thunder to wake up.
And you kind of feel your heart drop as you watch him continue to sleep. I didn't know that someone like you could enter a place like this, but he brought you here.
Who brought me here?
And she points to Thunder.
What? What is this place?
And you watch her smile slowly begin to fade. You're in the ethereal plane. Where the dead come and we're not ready to pass.
Oh. Well, that's on you. This is where you belong probably then, right?
It just means that I'm not ready to die, Jaryu. And I kept questioning what that meant and why I couldn't keep moving on. And now I know. You can take me from here back to the material plane.
Nah, that's not.
And she takes another step towards you. And when she does so, you could feel a deep vibration at your waist as Relamox begins to hum. And she, once again, her smile fading as she kind of casts a glance down at the sword at your belt. You're still carrying that blade.
Yep.
And you can feel the anger in Relamox, the desire to consume. As
I pull Relamox out.
And
getting involved.
And whenever you begin to pull out Relamox, you watch as the blade takes a different form, something you've never seen before. The black blade is humming like it always does, but slowly beginning to come out from the hilt are little wriggling black tentacles. As though the sword itself is becoming alive. And Hale sees this, and you can see the anger go over her face as she severs the connection between the two of you, and you return to the material plane.
Am I like still awake, or did I like was that all?
Yeah, you're still awake. I would imagine you're even like kind of a little out of breath as you try to catch back up.
Is Relamox still got like tentacles coming out or what?
No. You glance at the blade and he's normal now, as you've always seen him, and he's no longer humming, no longer buzzing.
I speak to him through my mind connection and ask him what that was. What was that?
And you hear his voice kind of grumble back at you. I do not know. Nothing good. She wants us to resurrect her in a way.
Yeah, but she seems mad at you for being there.
She does. She does. I quite enjoyed that place.
Huh. That's not spooky, Relamox.
And almost as laughter, you feel the blade hum softly against you. And like the others, you attempt to return to bed as you kind of nestle in. And for everyone, you can long rest because we're done with all of our symptomatics. And yeah, let's go to the next day.
All of my spells have returned.
Yeah, David. One thing in the hole.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine as I'm going through my items, like I kind of like I'm starting to pull them out.
Mhm.
Like I imagine one escapes out on me, and I imagine it is this,
Mm.
and it just kind of imagine fires like out of the bag, and then just starts circling around the hole, producing like it gets like extremely bright for what it is, because it's like never been within this much darkness, and I imagine it just circles there, and it's like kind of like its own little light source. It's very
Wow.
like, yeah.
Good
So
tone.
yeah, like because that those are used to like make
Right.
those are like the only things that really make it. But
Yeah, it's almost like a circling fiber.
yeah,
I didn't get to comment this earlier, but the fact that Aslo still has human remains, like, to eat, those are probably like 3-year-old human remains to eat.
starting to run out.
Because
But now I'll be able
we've
to
been killing
to
Wan
organize.
Chi and harvesting
Yeah,
those,
it's
but
been
not
a while.
humans.
It's been a while.
Dude, yeah, I have every type in there. I imagine I'm just laying it all out.
And the group of you slowly kind of wake up together, right? One wakes up and by activity the others begin to stir until you're all awake together.
I'm just looking at this pedestal.
Mm-hmm.
Are we doing Thunder's magic bell or the pedestal or the statue or whatever?
I don't want to do Thunder's magic
Yeah,
bell
I don't want to
again.
be diving into some existential, like, world building shit, like massive
What?
world shit.
So, guys, I got to tell you about this dream I had last night. I met someone who I can only think is like one of the elder gods or spirit beast, but he looked like a dude.
Is it Wongo? I want to meet Wongo.
I don't think it was Wongo, but I could be wrong.
He's just a guy?
He just seemed like a guy, and he wouldn't tell me his name, but he said we were going to see one of his champions, or his champion,
Oh,
and he wanted me to steal something from him, and that I would know it when I see it.
That's it?
That's it. I thought it was pretty weird, so...
I imagine just my head's poked out as I listen to that story, and I'm just like waiting to see how everybody reacts.
Well, It's champion. Okay. I got nothing.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty weird.
And Thunder, I do want to see this tree after we're out of this temple.
I shake the bell.
No, not right now. What the fuck? After we're out
And
of this temple.
all of you go to the ethereal plane.
Yeah, and I do identify it to the party that this is the ethereal plane because I've been here many times. But I've never seen a tree.
And boop, y'all are in the material plane or the ethereal plane.
And then he says that, I'm like, it's right outside.
No, what? No.
I shake the bell again.
And the group of you return.
If that's what I think it is, if the tree you're speaking of is what I've loosely read about in some books, I don't think we can do anything with that information.
Am I next to the door? Where's the main door? Am I next to it?
Yes, it's right here.
Yeah, and when he says, I think it's that tree, I ring the bell and I open the door. I say, this one?
And I look at it and I'm like, I guess so. Oh, that might be what I'm thinking of. But again, I don't know what it means or like what we can do with this information.
Well, I tried to speak to it, it hurt my head.
Yeah, that's like the world tree, I think. Like
Maybe
spans
you could talk
across
to it.
different like planes and all kind like not even just planes. It's like universal shit. No, what you try to talk to that thing?
Yeah, I have a spell. It
That
allows
thing
me to
probably
speak
has
to
all of the
plants.
information of the entire existence of the whole universe within it.
Well, I would have known that if I felt more confident in my abilities to speak with it.
I'm just confused how I've been in the ethereal plane many times. I've never seen it, and now you're seeing it here. Like that's.
I asked the tree, "Do you know of him?"
Do you
No.
cast speak with plants, or do you just talk to the tree out
I'm not of
loud?
the ethereal plane. I've just been here like in my spell that takes you to the ethereal
Well,
plane.
I think it works because of the spell. So I cast it from my staff of wildlings again.
Okay, roll me a Constitution saving throw, as the voices begin to creep into your mind. You take 5 psychic damage. The pain isn't as sharp this time. You're able to like hold it for a few seconds, but once again you are just completely over encumbered by sheer amount of thought inside of your head. It's incomprehensible.
I say, Hobjorn.
I told you not to talk to. I literally said don't do that. Like verbatim.
I close the door and I ring the bell.
Yeah, that's
and
like
the group
that.
of you returned.
For one, I don't know much about that, so like I'd need access to my full library to like research that shit, and we're kind of far away from my library right now.
True.
I'm just saying
Starting
that is like some big otherworldly shit, and I don't think we can. That's bigger than all these trickster god shit going on.
I don't know if I like the tree anymore.
It's funny.
All right, let's do.
That might be bigger than the totem animals. I mean, I'm sure it is actually.
Let's do what y'all were doing.
And Aslos, looks like you come out from your hole. Okay.
Place the thing in
You're
the
muted, Drew.
pedestal.
You guys ready? I look around.
Yeah, let's do this.
You place it in the pedestal, and you can hear, almost like mechanically, as the pressure sets down, the grinding of stone as this door becomes unlocked for you. And you can see revealing itself behind, on the wall, a large stone slab kind of beginning to pull downwards. And as it does so, it reveals written word behind it. Which of you are able to just read whatever language you want?
I don't think it's
No, I can only understand spoken.
Speaking here.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Well, in that case, I don't know if y'all would be able to read this.
I don't know if my character
Is it by
sheet
chance Dwarvish?
No. Let me check and see what language these guys speak. Does anyone here speak Orin?
I didn't even know that was a language.
So believe it or not, Ventus can. It's like it's the language of air, essentially.
Oh, okay. I was about to say it says it on my character sheet, but I don't remember picking that.
Yeah, I think it's just because you're an Aarakocra.
Okay.
That you would be allowed to speak this. And
Beautiful.
so when you do Ventus this text, I think it would be similar almost to like being able to like read Latin. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It takes you a few moments to really catch up to what you're reading, because it's even spoken kind of in an ancient way. But after a few minutes, you're able to grasp the concept of the message. If you wouldn't mind reading it for your compatriots.
Okay, sure.
It's a lot of words.
Enter if you must, but heed the tale of scorn, where shadows claim the meek and hearts are worn. This sanctum holds no grandeur for the weak, for here mere mortals find their arrogance bleak. Dare not presume the rival gods unbent, nor challenge the decrees of those who never repent. Papazottle's gaze is one that pierces through and mocks the timid souls who think they're due. Each step you take within these hallowed bane will be measured by your frailty and disdain. The halls are not for those who shrink and quake, but for the worthy or those doomed to break. I'll take copy paste this. I look over to Halbjorn and Aslos and ask them to decipher the the poetry.
I think it's just telling us this is not going to be an easy task.
It was something about scorn, though, and
Which one is Papazotle?
I
think Papazottle is the bird.
The bird
right?
trickster.
And I kind of
your
then
words and something. There was something.
I look at everybody and then I kind of explain, my dream of this eagle entering inside my hole, with
what?
my war paint on.
War painted eagle.
An eagle went in your hole.
Kinky.
Like Mrs. Hawthorne or Mr. Hawthorne.
It was it peeked its head through the portable hole and then it kind of jumped into the space and it was wearing Goliath war paint. I've never seen anything like it before, but didn't say anything and then it just disappeared.
Everyone had dreams except me.
I didn't have a dream.
I didn't have a dream.
Halbjorn.
I have a headache
Well,
now.
You have a weird bell that sends you to a magical
Yeah,
place.
you get to
Thunder.
talk
Don't
to
even-
these cool jingle bell
Yeah,
guys.
if you want a
and they send you
headache.
to the ethereal plane. Well, stop trying to talk to the world tree. Shit.
It's beautiful.
God, you're gonna be teleported to a different universe.
I'm gonna try it once more when we're done with this. It's starting to feel good.
And which door was unlocked, by the way? I couldn't tell.
This one.
Okay. Okay, well, Jin, you want to check
Wolves
this
find
door for
their
traps?
arrogance bleak.
Yeah.
It just basically keeps telling you if you're weak, you won't make it through this.
Psh.
This place is fucking weird. Got these crazy dreams going on.
Nice.
Yeah, Jin, you kind of traced the mechanism for any kind of traps that you can sense, and you don't sense any. You can't find any.
We're good.
All right.
Oh.
Whoa.
And you slide the stone back. Thunder, you also rolled an investigation check. What are you investigating?
Yeah, I was just doing a quick glance at the good berries are still on the ground.
Oh yeah, you do a quick peep to see if they're still there.
Do you need to investigate?
And
Well, I don't know. I'm role playing, Jacko.
they're no longer there.
Are the berries
do
that
the-
I put
I do
down
the-
last night still there?
I do the Napoleon Dynamite yes,
Nice.
and then I follow.
And Thunder, you're kind of the source of light here as you move forward, because these chambers, these rooms, are not lit. They are very dark inside.
Oh, we don't. Oh wait. Actually, I can fix that.
Oh yeah,
Near. Okay.
Meow.
it's a hat.
Yes, it is a hat.
Yes.
All right, I cast light.
I'm looking at your hat unamused.
And Halbjorn casts light.
And the
So
power,
at-
all of the magical power that I just cast to make this light comes directly out of my hat.
Perfect.
Okay,
and the little
that's
tip
fine.
of your hat, like a jingle bell, it's now just a little light ball.
Okay, that's kind of
And then-
cool.
Then I give Thunder like a bitch look. Make fun of
Oh
my
yeah,
hat.
bitch.
Jane, can you
And-
move? I can't select my character.
Oh, my bad.
It's funny. And the group of you kind of crowd into a tighter hallway. I would like for anyone that's
Joe used
proficient
volumes.
in perception, of course. He said he was sick, so he's gonna bow out early. Anyone that's proficient in perception to roll me a check.
16. Get out of here.
All three of you, I think, would make the observation. Oh.
Oh.
Still all three of you would make the observation that
As
this temple is noticeably not built for humans. As I think you would find yourself actually quite comfortable in here. You can kind of put together just by looking at the doorways, the ceilings, the walls, that it has been built with the Ibris in mind. The ceilings are a cool 12 feet tall. The doorways are a cool 8 feet tall. Everything is elongated and risen to be able to accommodate the large height of the Ibris. If you remember, the stork folk are a solid 7 feet tall. They tower over most people. And so this temple was built in the same fashion with towering walls. For those of you humanoids, especially you dwarves, you would feel almost like a doll in a playhouse. Just because of the height of everything here. I think it would also be noticeable that it is simply height that is exaggerated in this temple. Like you can see, this hallway here is not especially wide, because the Ibris are not especially wide. They're actually quite narrow creatures, but they are tall, narrow hallways that give it almost a claustrophobic kind of feeling as the group of you walk through it.
Hobjorn feels very small.
I'll check this door for traps as well.
Okay. And once again, Jin, you investigate the mechanisms on this door, and you deem it trap-free. You aren't able to find anything.
No, we're good. I'll test the door.
Bam!
Okay.
Ooh.
What in the hell?
And as the group of you begin to walk into this room, Jin, you feel your boots slowly begin to sinking into mud. And in front of you, the group of you find perhaps a little outside of what you're expecting, but a large wetland that has been contained and grown in this chamber. There are massive reeds that grow up through the water. And with the light that the group of you produce, they cast eerie shadows over the rest of the artificial swamp. You're now about thigh waist deep in water, and you find that your movements are sluggish. You are completely contained within difficult terrain. As you try to begin to wade through the cattails, the reeds, there are large ferns. Not only is your movement obstructed, but so is your vision. This is a spooky chamber for reasons that the group of you I don't think would be totally acclimated to. And I would like for anyone that is proficient in insight to roll me an insight check.
Oh yeah.
Lame.
Halbjorn, your heart begins to
I got
sink
one too.
slightly. Oh. And Ventus, I think you would come to this conclusion as well. The two of you kind of exchange a glance as once again you realize this chamber was built perfectly in mind for an 8-foot crane. It was not built in mind for a 6-foot human.
Yeah, I'm like
Question,
treading
David.
water at this point. Like,
Can
Yeah.
I fly over the
You absolutely can. The ceilings here are tall, like once again, to accommodate for these stork folk. So, Ventus, you are quite easily able to avoid the difficulties posed by a lot of this chamber.
And I kind of see Halbjorn struggling, and I kind of just pick him up and put him on my like shoulders.
First, Halbjorn's like, "What the fuck? Like, what the fuck are you doing?" You know, like he's never had this happen before.
You'll get used to it, Halbjorn.
And the group of you just take a moment to kind of absorb your surroundings. You can see that the plant life in here isn't vibrant per se. A lot of the plants seem dying or rotting, which isn't necessarily surprising in a chamber like this. But you can see that a lot of the plants are still growing and even flourishing in some cases. It's kind of a strange combination that isn't even entirely unique for a swamp, right? Various stages of decay. But the mud beneath your boots is difficult, for sure. It's like walking through sand almost.
I guess let's, I don't know, see what's around one of these corners.
And yeah, you can see that.
I was gonna say I'm using shaped water as I walk through, so it's like a layer of ice. So I'm above the.
Okay. Sure. And as the group of you slowly, I kind of want you to imagine yourselves as you're walking. It's like trudging through reeds and mud. There's water. Duckweed is getting all up on your armor. It is uncomfortable. It's tiring, and it's difficult.
As we walk through, I want to like invest. I just want to make it look, or just see if it looks like someone lives in here, or like a creature is like living in this area.
Whoa.
Yeah, you try to take notice of like maybe like droppings, animal marks, like a habitat of some sort. And no, you don't see any evidence of like a creature living here beyond the plants themselves. Maybe like some frogs here and there, like small creatures, but not like you don't come across like a large nest or anything of that sort. As you kind of fly over everyone. And you can see here, kind of like you pointed out, Halbjorn, there are two large walls that block your vision. You can't fly over these Ventus. They go all the way up. So the group of you kind of have to round the corner together to see what's around the corner here, if you would like to come around.
All right. I'll put the shield in hand.
And as you do, as a light boy comes around to shed some light for you, you can see that kind of nestled in the back of this chamber, the side of this wing of the chamber, is a large, beautifully built pond. It kind of rises up out of the swampy water. It's like a large stone basin that rises up. And as the group of you approach it, you can see that the basin, the pond itself, actually is quite different from the swampy water below it. At one point, this pond was beautifully maintained. You can tell the stonework is intricate and exquisite. You can see that in the back of it is a large stone formation, and with the moss that's covering it and the plants that have tried to grow out of it, I think you'll be able to put together that at one point this probably featured like a water feature of some sort, like a beautiful waterfall that kept this pond flourishing and alive. But now you can see that the state of this pond is probably the worst you've seen of anything else here. The plants are rotting and decaying. They're dying, if any are even alive at this point. The water is brown and gross. You can see algae filling it, as well as molds. It what once was a beautiful pond is now practically a basin of death. As opposed to the rest of the swamp here that seems to be actually doing quite well. And with that description, we will end our session.
Spooky water temple.
We have a spooky,
Swamp
swampy water
temple.
temple.
Spooky swampy water
Show
temple.
us what you got.
Woo! Interesting.
Yay!
Secret tunnel.
Progress.
Secret tunnel.
Progress.
Damn it, we need that guy to follow us around everywhere.
I know. We need him. I'll keep him in a hole.
GG's, guys.
Just have
Yeah,
him pop out
GG's,
and
guys.
sing.
Good to
Talk to
see
y'all
y'all.
later.
Dude, with Suno, you can just make the song about whatever you want. Fucking genius.
Dude, this thing is so